bent wing bird. Doing a dirty configuration roll. Now this is one of the most unique airplanes ever built, particularly as you see it fly away from you. You can see this very unique gull wing shape, actually an inverted gull wing shape. It's got a hugely powerful motor on it. And it is a 2,000 horsepower, 18-cylinder Pratt & Whitney radial engine. And when it gets more power, they got to put a bigger propeller on it. The propeller diameter is actually 13 feet. Now the issue comes with how they're going to land that airplane on a carrier when it smashes down and have a landing gear strong enough to absorb the punishment of that controlled crash, and yet not have the propeller strike the deck of the carrier. So what they did was the Vought designers extended the wing down and away from the fuselage so that it would get the bottom of the wing down far enough so they could extend the landing gear strong enough to keep the propeller clear of the deck. Then they bent the wing back up, and that's how they got that inverted gull wing shape. It was an incredibly powerful, potent, and fast airplane with a maximum speed of about 420 miles per hour up at altitude. It was the last of the great piston engine fighters. And Dan Dameo, long-time pilot for the American Air Power Museum up on Long Island at Farmington Airport, does a beautiful roll. The Japanese called this airplane the Whistling Death because it had, when it was inbound on its attack run, it would have an incredibly distinctive whistling sound. Initially, it was to be used aboard naval aircraft carriers, but the pilot sat so far back on the fuselage that he was literally unable to see the carrier deck on landing. And there were a number of accidents with the aircraft. So what they did, and the British said, give us a few Corsairs. So they took those Corsairs and changed the cockpit arrangement by raising the pilot being up supplemented and changing the canopy, giving it what is known as a cockpit hood. And then using that inverted gull-wing with the same time to overtake the place to the carrier, giving the pilot the ability to have a last moment just before and the F-15 and the Super Hornet back in time. Dan Dameo continues to fly this beautiful Corsair. 12,571 of these aircraft were built not only by the Vought Corporation, but also by Goodyear and also the Brewster Company. They were still in use. Get your cameras ready from the right. Here comes a great chance to see Dan Dameo's Corsair from the American Air Power Museum at Republic Airport in Farmington, New York on Long Island. When the Navy decided they didn't want to use it on carriers for a while, they sent it to the Marine Corps to land-based units. And one of the most famous of all of those land-based units was the Black Sheep Squadron of Lieutenant Colonel Pappy Boyington. Back in the late 1960s, Robert Conrad started a television show about the exploits of the Black Sheep Squadron, or as they said, called it at the beginning of the